Everybody can do all the talking they want. They can do all the talking they want. They can look at it and say, hey, the MVP isn't shooting well. Nikola Jokic's efficiency has been going down the last 5 games or so. The MVP hasn't been shooting at 59% on the year like he normally has. The MVP doesn't play defense, the Golden State Warriors announcer said. They said that he needs to listen to Draymond Green again and get his defense back up. Well, what about that? What about when the MVP for the second game this season ends the game not with an offensive shot to win the game, but a defensive block in the paint? A defensive block in the paint. The MVP showed up. Tonight, the MVP gave you 22, 18, and 5. Almost had his third straight 22, 20, and 5 game. What's up? Everybody always got something slick to say. Steph Curry's the MVP. Steph Curry this, Steph Curry that. Kevin Durant this, Kevin Durant that. Oh my goodness, what's going on with LeBron James? The most 30-point games in the NBA. Everybody's always talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo, but hating on him some still too. But the dude that's been outplaying everybody, the dude that's working with the least amount of talent, the dude that is missing Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, Monte Morris didn't play tonight, PJ Dozier's out with an ACL tear, the dude that's been making it work with a bunch of guys is Nikola Jokic. And the MVP tonight, 22, 18, and 5, and he was a +6 in the game the Denver Nuggets won by 3. Say what you want. Michael Jordan had off nights. Michael Jordan didn't shoot great every night. Michael Jordan didn't make all of his shots every night. But guarantee when it mattered, he showed up and did what needed to be done. Tonight, the Denver Nuggets beat the Golden State Warriors on December 28th, 2021, 89-86 in a defensive showstopper. The Nuggets had 60 points at the half. I think Jokic was 6 of 8 at the half. And they finished the game with 89 points, meaning they scored 29 points in the second half. Whereas the Golden State Warriors had 36 points. You heard what I said. They had 36 points at the half. They finished with 86, meaning they scored 50 points in the second half. So everybody was talking about the Golden State announcers. Oh, look at the Warriors' defense in the second half. You know what? It was good. But guess what? The Denver Nuggets shut out one of the best offenses in basketball. Without Draymond Green, get it. Without Jordan Poole, get it. But they ain't more injured than the Denver Nuggets are. They shut them out to 86 points tonight with the Munder by 14 points. And everybody kept talking. Everybody kept jawing. But the MVP came on the court and showed that I'm the best player on the court tonight. Steph Curry ends the game with 23 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists on 6 of 16, 5 of 14, and 6 of 7. Nikola Jokic tonight finishes with 22, 18, and 5 on 8 of 19, 0 of 5, and 6 of 8 from the line with 4 steals and a block. And he had 8 turnovers. But what was happening down the stretch is literally, the Golden State Warriors started showing on Jokic as soon as he got the ball in the second half. And in the second half, Will Barton, who had 17 points in the first half, only had 4 in the second half. Austin Rivers didn't make shots in the second half. Facundo Campazzo didn't make shots in the second half. Jeff Green, even Bones started falling off in the second half. So they started showing on Jokic all second half. And so he's literally fighting through the contest every single possession. So the reason that his numbers are looking less efficient because literally people around him are not hitting shots. And Jokic's in a bit of a slump right now, but that happens. I mean, the last 4 games, he must be shooting like 38% from the field or something like that. It's not great. 45% from the field is not great. 31% from the line is not great, but oh well. He's by himself. He doesn't have another all-star teammate. Steph Curry does. He has the Defensive Player of the Year on his team. Giannis Antetokounmpo has 2 all-star level teammates. Kevin Durant has James Harden. Everybody telling me, Kevin Durant, he's going it by himself. There's no James Harden, no this and that. He's a shell of himself. He was still averaging 21, 8, and 10, and he's been absolutely dominating the last couple of games. Jokic literally doesn't have an all-star teammate. He doesn't have a player that, Aaron Gordon played well, but Aaron Gordon missed the last 2 games. So literally tonight, he didn't have the best defensive player, didn't have Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., PJ Dozier, and Monte Morris. And he made it work. Say what you want. He made it work. And I got to say something about Davon Reed tonight. Davon Reed was an even tonight, but he had 4 points, 1 rebound, and 2 assists off the bench, and he only played 18 minutes, 2 of 3, and 0 of 1 from the 3, with 1 steal. I love the way he fits on this team. I fully believe the Denver Nuggets are going to have to sign him for the rest of the year. Mike Singer from the Denver Post reported that they are looking for ways, and it looks like it's going to happen. He's going to be signed through the rest of the year. That means waiving either Marcus Morris or waiving Bol, but something's going to have to happen because you have a 6'5" wing player who literally knows how to play basketball and does the right things and does it the right way. So big shout out to Davon Reed tonight. Bones Highland had a nice first half. He had 8 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists, 3 of 11, 1 of 6, 1 of 2. He was a plus 11 tonight. The Nuggets were up 24 points at half. They were dominating in the first half. Bones Highland was outplaying Steph Curry. Will Barton was outplaying Steph Curry. Will Barton tonight, 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists, and 7 of 15, 4 of 7 from the three-point line, and 3 of 3 from the free throw line with a block and a steal, and he was a plus 3 tonight. He had the same stat line, minus 2 points, same stat line almost as Steph Curry on better efficiency. And he gave you what the guard gave you. He gave you what Steph gave you tonight. And you know what? Will Barton, when he's healthy, man, he can do stuff like that. And again, you could tell the Nuggets were up for this game because this was one of the first games they were not expected to win. They were 8.5 point. I think Golden State was 8.5 point favorite for the game on the betting line. And so the Nuggets not only clear, but they also win the game as well, man. So the Denver Nuggets, man, really positioned themselves. They have another game against Golden State coming up on Thursday. But now the Denver Nuggets are sitting at the 5th seed. So all that nonsense, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, everything needs to be held in proper context. I know it's frustrating that the Nuggets aren't playing well. I know it's frustrating that they're not looking consistent. I know it's frustrating that they're dealing with injuries and dealing with COVID. But they are sitting with the MVP, best player in the NBA. They're sitting at 17-16 on a 2-game win streak, and they're 3 games behind the Grizzlies. Which, again, I believe that they're going to catch them at some point, and maybe the next couple of weeks. They're sitting here at 3 games behind the Grizzlies with all the injuries and stuff they're going through, and they're still getting it done. That's the most important thing. That's what I'm saying, man. They held Steph Curry to 6 of 16 and 5 of 14 from 3. Thanks Facundo Campazzo for that. Thanks Austin Rivers for that. Thank Davon Reed for that. Thank Will Barton for that. Thank Nikola Jokic tonight coming up on the screens. Thank Jeff Green tonight. Thank even Bones Highland at times. He didn't play great defense, but he was there. Thank Zeke Naji. I'm trying to tell you, man, like, you just got to have guys show up sometimes. That's really what it comes down to. Will you have guys that will show up to make plays? And in the second half, it wasn't pretty. I was pretty frustrated in the second half, and I even said on my Twitter account that it looks like nobody else besides Yoke really wants any parts to do with the second half right now, and it didn't. It didn't look great at all. But when they needed to show up, Will Barton made a clutch free throws. Facu hit one of his free throws, but Will Barton had a clutch drive to the basket, got 2 offensive rebounds, and secured the bucket, won that play, probably won the game for him. Again, the MVP in the NBA, Nikola Jokic, best player in the NBA, he closes the game out with a game-saving block, 22 points, 18 rebounds, and 5 assists. Say what you want. Tonight, Steph Curry it's a better team. Steph Curry has a 26-6 team prior to the night. Nikola Jokic had a 16-16 team, and yet Jokic not only has been the best player this season, he was the best player on the court tonight. So everybody can say what they want. Steph Curry had 23, 4 and 4, but Steph Curry was getting dominated in the first half. And then in the second half, he came out, had 21 points in the second half, shot like 5 of 10 from the field or something like that. But again, man, the MVP of the NBA, 22, 18, and 5. Austin Rivers hit some really clutch shots tonight. What I really wish Austin Rivers would do is stop jab stepping all the time. Austin had some really pretty passes from Yoke tonight, but he would just do that jab step for some reason. And then all of a sudden, we're just sitting here just like, bro, shoot the ball, my dog. Why aren't you shooting the rock? But he played great defense tonight, man. Really shout out to Austin Rivers. The Golden State Warriors announcing team was really interesting tonight. They said some really off-the-wall things. They were talking about Austin Rivers only getting the contract he got a few years ago, 6 years ago, I believe, because of his dad. And they talked about Facu being Argentinian and flopping and just an impersonation of his voice. And, they've just kind of been a little bit of haters, which is just interesting, They almost started saying something about Jokic, and like I said, they said about Jokic, they said basically like, if he wants to be a better player, defensive player than he was last year, he might need to listen to Draymond Green again. I'm sitting here like, the only reason Jokic might not make an all-defensive team this year is because his team around him is not playing good defense right now. He's exhausted, But on top of that, because Jared Allen might take second team All NBA defense. Other than that, Jokic's probably been the most consistent big man defensive player outside of Rudy Gobert and outside of Jared Allen. And again, you could put Joel Embiid, but Embiid's missed games. So like, Jokic's been excellent on D this year. And I know that like the pick and roll today wasn't great, but again, pick and roll is about point of attack defense. If Facundo Campazzo and Austin Rivers are getting burned like they were against Chris Paul and Devin Booker last year, it's going to make Jokic look bad. That's the way it worked. But when Jokic has a fully healthy complement of guards plus wing players and Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray, and Will Barton, that length getting over the top changes the game. Jamal Murray, remember, he shouldn't have been, but they had him 5th on the Defensive Player of the Year board last year more so because of how he positions himself and his instinct on defense. Like, he makes a difference. So without him, the Nuggets defense suffers, man. So great job tonight, Denver Nuggets. Great job, Yoke. Great job. Great trying to see the MVPs of the NBA square off. They could play another one on Thursday. It's going to be even better. It's going to be in Denver. You all subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Press like, press share. Let's continue to build this community together. We out. MVP. Here we go.